One of our biggest value props going into the proof of concept was we wanted to buy back time for data science.
My name is Sarah Statsig. I'm a data scientist at NextDoor, and I have worked with our experimentation platform team. So we had an internal experimentation platform that ran all of the analysis for A/B tests that we were running, but we wanted to be able to add more features. I personally wanted us to be able to support way more interesting stats stuff and useful cuts. Data science wanted to be able to not have to start from scratch in a notebook when they needed to go into more detail.
My name is Kunal. I'm a software engineer at NextDoor. XP had a lot of the basics, and there was that internal debate, build versus buy, right? Do we want to spend the resourcing and the time of 2 to 3 engineers over a year and a half rebuilding a wheel that Statsig has already invented versus getting immediate value with the purchase of going through the proof of concept and moving to Statsig, which has all these nice buttons and dials that do exactly what is on our roadmap.
As a data scientist, I was always really, really excited about the extra sort of there's Cupid involved. We have multiple hypothesis testing corrections as an option. The time series views of things were way more robust than what we had in our internal tool with a bunch of different cuts and things.
Since I'm an engineer, I definitely found the actual Pulse job to be super novel. I think one of the biggest friction points for our development, we had our own job. We were always trying to extend it, constantly ran into all these problems, out of memory errors, timing out, just taking a ridiculous amount of time and money to do things. And then we come and see the Pulse job, we're like, oh, it's doing all this stuff and it's happening right out of the box. And it's super cool. It's doing everything we want to do. It's easy to distill. The copy SQL stuff is real interesting.
Biggest change has been buying back a little bit of data science time for if you want to go into more depth or look at more breakouts of different dimensions. Also, we're able to reduce the number of metrics we have in our system because of all the different dimension cuts available.
Our internal tool XP was very bare bones. It was a t-test and maybe a time series graph. So obviously, if you wanted to do something more in depth, observe pre-experiment effects, novelty effects, do any dimensional whatever, right? You would have to crack open Databricks and do actual ad hoc work, spend time, prove to stakeholders that this is the additional analysis we're doing on top of the basics, and then a decision can be made. But now I can go into Statsig, I can crack open some graphs, I can go through a checklist of things that I want to do for my experiment, and I don't have to do anything extra in Notebook in order to be able to prove to someone what is happening in this treatment or whatever. Our pacing was pretty aggressive, mainly because I think we were already in a situation where we were predisposed to migrating pretty easily, because believe it or not, a lot of the ways you guys set up stuff is the way our internal tool is set up. So it's mainly okay, take this, put it somewhere else, and get a whole bunch of new features.
We've been meeting with folks monthly or so. I mean, they're part of the team at this point.